Test, test, test. Is this thing on?
Nope.
Check, check. We're good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Cast&Blast podcast. I'm your host, Pinche Ben. We tried doing this earlier, and that wasn't working, so we're here live again, guys. We apologize for coming on late. There was a weather system that rolled in and kind of threw us off our game, but we're here now live. We got our guests in front of us. We're ready to hit this and go. Joining us today are some special guests, guys. We had some friends join us all the way from Fort Worth today. They drove through a Cat 5 hurricane to get here, and I'm going to turn it over to my guests now. Joining us today is the Hog Brothers. This is a young fabrication company that is on the just rise right now. These guys are doing big things in the world of hog hunting. I'm going to turn it over to these guys and let them introduce themselves to you. What's going on, Preston? What's going on, Johnny?
Yeah, what's up? Hey, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm Preston. I started HogBrothers, kind of the founder of it, I guess you can call. And I kind of just operate, make sure everybody's doing their parts and stuff.
Yeah, I'm Johnny. I run all the sales and marketing and media aspect. I deal a lot with the customers and quality control of the Hog Traps, so I do a lot of deliveries, talk with a lot of the clients. I'm kind of Preston's right-hand man.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
I like to call him my assistant, but he doesn't like that.
I don't think none of us like that. Yeah.
Hell no.
Especially when you're like, yeah, meet my assistant, Johnny Rawe. Yeah, like, have you caught hell over that? It's the coolest name ever, man. Like,
oh, dude, everybody goes like, dude.
It's so cool. I told Ben, I was like, man, you should have either been in Mortal Kombat or making movies with Mia Khalifa.
Yeah, man. Everybody seems to love the name. All the coaches from football and high school.
Hell yeah.
Dude, it's cool. It is cool. So Ben mentioned that. We tried this earlier, and, we got kind of deep in discussion, but, technical difficulties between weather, everything else. It's kind of been a crazy day. But, yeah, you guys drove down all the way from Fort Worth, or north of Fort Worth, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
And you, Preston, you were kind of talking about when you got started and how you just quickly outgrew it. And
Yeah. So I was saying this earlier. We started an ag class, so me and Johnny both had ag class, and we built a little box trap as a project, like sophomore year, really early, and then put it out at a buddy's land. His dad didn't like it being out there. He had cattle, so he closed it. And so senior year, we took it, put it on Facebook Marketplace, and we're like, well, we'll get some money out of it, scrap money, if anything. So then when we posted it, we got probably 10 or 12 people that were interested in one. So we went ahead and made a couple in my garage, and then it got big enough to where we moved to a buddy's garage and then started building the panel traps. And then that's when we outgrew a lot of space because it takes a lot of space to build those.
Yeah.
And so then we got our first shop, and then I want to say 3 or 4 months into that shop, completely wall to wall, couldn't walk around in it.
Yeah.
And
but when you got in it, in your mind, you were like, we'll never outgrow
huge.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so,
huge.
like...
And then that's funny you say that, because now we're in our bigger one that we've been in for probably 4 or 5 months, and we're, again, same thing, like wall to wall. The building next to us just came open, and we're like, we double our space.
Yeah.
If we needed to.
It's not a bad problem to have.
No,
Right.
I remember we were in the garage and we went to go take a look at the shop after work one day, and me and Preston are standing in the shop going like, dude, can we do this? Like, is this a good choice?
Because that was the moment where we had to pay rent at that point. And that's like you're officially like, now you're in it. Like there's no backing out. There's a year lease on this. Like we got to pay this. And so I do remember going up there and, building's empty. And we're like, oh, should we do this? I mean, we moved stuff in. We're sitting, we're working in one corner. There was nothing else in there. And so we're like, we'll never outgrow this. Yeah. No,
4 months later.
Yeah, we did.
4 months later, we sit down and we're like, dude, we need to get the shop next to us. We need to get a bigger one. Like, we need to figure out something.
So, and all this happened, and you're talking in 4 months, right? Total time, how long have HogBrothers been a company?
Yeah, so about a year and a half.
About a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are onto some stuff. Huh?
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. So it also before when we were having a previous conversation, you were kind of talking about how you came up with your product, your traps, and reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So when we first started doing the panel traps, it was just making the panel traps. Nothing crazy, nothing really innovative on them. They were just panel traps. But then when we started seeing a lot of people wanted these, we're like, okay, we're on to something. Now let's look at how we can make it better. And so we kind of took a look at some of our competitors who are a lot older than us. They've been in the game for a lot longer, and they are running with what works, what got them going the first couple years. They haven't changed anything in the last 10.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we can probably capitalize on this, see what we can change, see what we like about theirs. Maybe we can use something like that. And so that's what we've been trying to do, and we're real excited. We've got a good product right now, and then we've got coming next season, we've got a crazy amount of new stuff coming out. That's really going to boost us a lot. Like, we've got a couple today. We were testing out like a prototype trailer that we've got coming out that are going to be sold with all of them. And then like we're messing with all the painting and different types of welds that just make it stronger. Maybe the customer doesn't see it, but
So you mentioned something earlier that kind of made me laugh inside, and I was going to tell Ben about it too. But you said that the initial landowner said he didn't want that trap that y'all built on his property because he had cattle, right? Can you build a hog trap that won't catch a calf?
yeah, so that's what all of our traps now have an adjustable gate. So you can have it from it's completely down, or you can make it up to a 3-foot opening and anything in between. So
you can adjust your trap to catch pigs by size.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's one thing that I kind of love about our traps is, okay, you got cattle. That's a huge worry if people have cattle. Okay, drop it down to 2 foot. 2 foot's that good area where cattle aren't going to get in.
Yeah.
Usually a lot of time deer won't get in, but hogs will still come in. So you drop it down to that 2 foot, and you're in business.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a lot of our competitors, they use a wire system. So as soon as one hog goes in, the gate drops.
Yeah, it trips. Yeah.
Ours is fully cellular. So you'll get a notification on your phone. You'll get a live feed to your trap, and you can press a button and drop the trap.
Yeah, you're dropping. Yeah.
Yes. So
You
that's
be laying in bed at night, reach over on the nightstand,
Right.
Literally.
catch your pigs.
it's the biggest adrenaline rush. We had what was it, 2 nights ago? We have a couple personal traps that we kind of just do for fun. And we had a landowner text us, and he was like, "Hey, there's pigs 100 yards away." And so I text him. It's probably
It's like 12 at night.
30.
Yeah.
It's late, and I give him a call, and I go, "Hey, just be ready." I go, "Hey, we're gonna run out there. It's like an hour and 15 minutes away." I'm like, "We're gonna go out there and get these guys tonight."
Yeah.
And so sat there, watched the camera for an hour. Nothing showed up, but
Yeah, like we did a hog trapping competition 3-4 weeks ago.
yeah,
That was a blast.
Yeah.
Kill 'em. What was it?
that kill 'em all contest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
That's a big one.
Big one,
We got smoked, and so did a whole bunch of other teams. I think there was like 50 teams that showed up, and only 8 of them came with pigs.
Yeah, we did a lot of work for it, like baiting the traps. We had over 180-ish pigs like on camera that were coming in the nights before the competition, but the wind and the storm came in and just messed it all up.
Man, we were hunting a pig tournament a couple weeks. Well, how long was that? A month ago?
It was
2
about
months
a month ago, yeah.
Yeah. We didn't do too well now either. Kind of the same thing. We had some storms roll through and just kind of messed us up. And with thermals, and then we had fog and rain and
The wind kills you.
Yeah.
They don't want to move when there's wind.
Right. Yeah. That night, I think we had set those traps up for like 3 weeks, just baiting them. We had 18 groups across 6 traps, and they would all hit. One group hits at 9, group hits at 12, one at 3, for 2 weeks, and then that night, one sounder showed up.
Yeah.
We're like, that's our luck.
Yeah.
So you started building traps. I mean, that was an ag class, right? So that was a project, but had you been into like hog hunting or hunting and fishing or anything prior to that?
Yeah, so we've both kind of been in hunting our whole lives.
Yeah, big parents are big outdoors people.
Yeah, cool.
And so, I mean, that's something that, I mean, most of our friends did it too.
Yeah.
That's just something we grew up with.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. But
So you guys talk about some of the innovation you guys do, and you brought to the game with your traps and all the things that you guys are doing. We seen your products on your videos and your marketing and all that stuff, and man, we were super impressed because not only are you guys just building traps, but you're fabricating these things from like custom to every customer's needs. You guys are building trailers, traps, hauling trailers, and the hog hunting industry. I mean, you can tell there's people out there that are just trying to take them off their property, and they're doing a ton of damage to people's property. So you're doing a service to landowners, hunters, trappers, and then you guys brought something into what I saw that was different was that live feed where you introduced the cameras, the light systems, all those things where people can monitor these from far away and actually activate them, come back the next day. The hogs are in there corralled. You can do what you want with them.
And filter them by size.
right.
And if you want, you can actually use the trailers you guys fabricate to kind of cull them into different parts and sections
Right.
of the trailer. So I've been checking you guys out, and I'm super glad to have you here. Tell us a little bit about like where you guys have been across Texas marketing your products. Have you guys done any trade shows? What kind of luck are you having with those? And let us know like where you plan to be maybe next season or what's on the horizon for you guys.
Yeah, so we did our first trade show in McAllen, Texas. It was the Hunters Extravaganza. That was probably
The convention center down there?
over about a year ago, and that was our first ever show. There's a lot of learning curves. We didn't do too well at it, and it was brutal. It was a lot of long days, long nights, and that was also a long time ago. So
But that was also your very first one.
very first one. So we got a couple sales off of it, and then we decided to do the Fort Worth Stock Show or Hunters Extravaganza again, and that's where we really shined and did a good job. We set up the booth a little bit different and got a lot of people interested. And
Lessons learned.
yeah, lessons learned. So we had a 10x10 booth there, and so we did good enough to where we picked out a 20x20 booth for this year. So we'll be there April.
I believe it's April already passed, or we're in
Oh.
April. So it's
yeah.
I believe it's August 8th that weekend.
Yeah, that weekend. So you'll
Yeah.
see me and Preston there. You guys can come talk to us and learn
Heck
a little bit more.
How many guys are on your team, man?
So we're slimming down right now.
That's Doge right there, man. Do more with less.
Right. We're in the process of slimming down right now. So peak season, like right in the middle of everything. I think we have about 10 to 12
10 to 12 guys in the shop or not in the shop at one time, but over the course of the day, we'd have 10 to 12 guys coming in.
Yeah.
And is your team mostly like young guys? Like you guys are pretty young, so you guys are just kind of right. You guys, is your team kind of like that, or do you guys range from?
Yeah,
You got any old school guys?
Yeah. So right now it's a whole bunch of guys kind of our age.
Cool. I love it.
Yeah, that's
So
Dear-
hell yeah.
we had. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
So we had a little deal set up with the high school that we came from so they have that ag department. So we talk to the teacher and find out their best kids, and we give them a job as like an intern kind of partnership.
Is it
so
still the same
Shout out
teacher?
Dallas Carter.
yeah.
Dallas Card. I bet that's one proud ass ag teacher that we need.
Yeah. So we give them jobs so they can get some experience in the field, so they can come out of high school with experience under their belt and get a good job.
Dude, y'all are doing some cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when we hire those high schoolers, we make sure. I mean, there's a certain checklist they got to pass.
Yeah,
there's
sure.
been numerous ones that have come in and
Didn't
They're
make the
like,
cut.
yeah, you got to get out.
You
dude.
can't take
This-
everyone,
This
yeah.
ain't gonna work.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
work after school, but during the day we have some older guys that are 20, 30 years old that come weld for us.
He said older guys, 20, 30.
That's me. I got a question for you guys. Since you're so young and you're so good at what you do, did you guys tap into any like college, trade school, or was it just like, you know, OJT? Were you guys just like grinding it out in high school and ag and then kind of went right into it? Like,
Yes.
how did you get in this?
So when we first kind of started in that first shop, I actually went to the University of Arkansas for a semester. And then it got to the point where I was driving down. I would leave school on Thursday night, get home Friday, and then deliver traps all weekend, and then drive back late Sunday night.
So I love hearing
I'd probably do 20 to 30 hours of driving in one weekend with only I want to say 15 hours of sleep per weekend, and then
I was dying.
It was
right.
brutal.
I would do it every weekend, and so it got to the point where I was like, I can't do this anymore. I mean, it doesn't make any sense right now. College is not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because I was just so slammed during the week, just getting the traps out, just trying to just really hammer them out and get them ready for Preston. I would be doing deliveries during the week, but when I'm out of the shop, like, stuff doesn't get done.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to be there helping the guys along, telling them what to do, making sure everything gets done right so we're not giving a crappy product out. Yeah. Because a big thing for us is, like, we want a product that can last. We don't want to hear you coming back with issues or saying that, hey, this trap broke, I need a new one. Like, we don't want it. Like, I know that sounds bad, but, like, we don't want to ever hear from you again. We want to make sure.
I love it.
Like, I respect that. Like,
Most people,
I respect
most people build a product to where they have you knowing they build it so that you can keep coming back and kind of come back for more or different accessories and all that stuff. It sounds like you guys kind of want to put out a finished product, give the customer the best product you can offer them, so that they can go and tell their friends and their all that stuff. So I kind of respect that. It's kind of cool. It does seem like it's a buy once, cry once type thing where you want to, hey, if you can go get cheaper traps, you can go get, you can build your own, you can do all that. But how many times are you going to be maintaining it and doing all that? With our traps, it's set it up, you can move it, but it's set it up and forget it.
Fire and forget.
Right.
Yeah, we do offer a warranty, but we get little to no warranty claims at all. And there's very little maintenance. Every once in a while, you got to put some WD-40 on the slider, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't think too many people can complain about that, right?
Yeah. Spray it down twice a year. You're good to go.
Yeah, literally.
So you guys have different guys coming on your videos and stuff, and you guys got some personalities there and stuff. I'm gonna ask you some questions that you're gonna probably giggle at or whatever. Like, I want to know who's the guy who's your hardest worker. Can't say yourself. I want to know who's the class clown. The guy you got to kind of calm down. Right. We'll start with those two there.
Yeah. So hardest worker probably has to be Jacob. He's been with us. He's been with us basically from the beginning, since the first shop, and he's going through EMT school right now.
Yeah.
Does night school, and then he'll work for us full time during the week.
Yeah, he's on the grind.
And just,
dude, that's what I was about to say. You see all these like TikTok videos talking about this new generation not grinding and
right.
And like it's right here.
Yeah,
it's happening.
This is what you're seeing.
This is what you're seeing.
Well, it's pretty hard to find people like that now. Like our age, like a lot of people just went to school just to. They have no clue what they're doing with their lives.
Yeah. We had a couple friends come to us asking for jobs, and we're like, no, you're not gonna work good. Like we see you hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Like, but
I already know you.
Yeah.
I know how to.
So you guys are serious about this, and I love hearing I love hearing it. You guys take pride and ownership of the business and the product you're putting out. I love that. We talked about your hardest worker. Who is your class clown? The guy you got to calm down and be like, "Hey, get back to work."
It's immediate. I know exactly who that is. It's gonna be Josh.
He's
he's the black haired one on the TikTok. He's the one that video did pretty good. He slammed that door and walked up, and he's in your face on it. He I don't know. He's just got such good personality. Every time we post him, he does really well. Like that one video got, I want to say like 52K on Facebook.
That's sick.
And it's a 10-second video of him just saying like our name.
And that's what's so crazy. You never know what's gonna hit and what's not. Like you can do your best work and you're like, yo, it's gonna be a banger, and you're like, oh man, I got 200 views.
Yeah,
right.
For real.
Like there's a couple videos I spend like an hour editing. I'm like, all right, this has gotta do good.
Right.
It's the videos that you put the least effort in that blow up.
Just randomly. They just
which kind of sucks, but
I'm going to give you guys some advice, man. So keep doing what you're doing. Just, Jimmy and I talk about this all the time. The only thing we can control is effort and consistency.
Yeah.
You can't control the algorithms. You can't control the views. You can't control who watches, who doesn't watch. All you can,
or at least we can't.
I'll figure it out. If I figure it out, I will. But I just can control the effort and the consistency. And you guys just keep doing that and do it for that. If you go chasing algorithms and doing all that stuff, man, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall short because you set a precedence or a expectation that you don't even know exists. You know, it's kind of like looking for Mrs. Right, and you don't even know if Mrs. Right is out there.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I totally
Shout out
agree
to
with
my
that.
wife. Hey, I love you,
I know
Mrs. Right. I finally got it right.
He's out here doing dad advice.
Dad jokes.
Yeah, we figured out the algorithm a little bit, but there's a couple videos that we can guess that they might blow up.
The biggest thing is just posting on time.
Yeah. Facebook and YouTube are definitely YouTube Shorts, I would say.
Yeah.
Are the easiest ones to do good at. It's TikTok and then like actual YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And Instagram. I can't figure out Instagram to save my life. I have
Me
no
neither.
clue.
That's crazy because you guys are young, man, and the young generation has like YouTube down, right? And we're old, gray, and beard and all that, and we talk about it all the time. We're not YouTubers. We have a podcast that we put on YouTube, but it's super hard to engage in that aspect where YouTube are just short, quick content. You can pop them all out. It's just different, man. And I wish I had the time and energy to do it, but I'm too damn old and boring. So,
But it's kind of like you taking Hog Traps and changing it, making it better. And it's kind of like what a lot of the I guess the short style media, like reels and shorts and all that is now.
Yeah.
Like it's changed it, and
For real.
I know for us, we're like trying to play catch up with it. Like,
Right.
shit, we got to fit in somewhere. Like, how can we make this work?
Yeah, we are too. We're always trying to do the next biggest and best thing.
yeah.
That's hard.
What would you guys say if you had a customer who set up the trap and they tried to reenact that video with humans inside of it and something went bad?
Yeah. I mean,
it's hilarious to watch the video because
It could be done.
I know which one you're talking about, and you got one of your. I would imagine he's one of your fabricators.
Yeah.
He's in the trap, and he's bouncing up against
Yeah.
it. But he's doing what pigs do, what we see pigs do in traps. And as soon as that gate shuts, that pig goes and hits
It's
that
game
wall.
on.
Right,
What I
yeah.
loved about it was it showcased how your walls hold up and your panels and all that stuff. And then you guys show little clips of your fabricating and stuff, and I see your guys in there getting after it, and I'm like, man, these guys are skillful, man. I'm impressed.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see the work that goes behind the scenes, you know, with the advertisement and the marketing and the grind and all that stuff. I know you guys are out there delivering and, you know, hitting people up on the way back and doing all that stuff. That's the kind of stuff people don't see. Jimmy and I talk about it all the time. We're two outfitters that are out there, and everyone sees us out there guiding hunts. What they don't see is when you're not guiding.
Yeah.
And all the work that goes in there, and we have a hog problem, and we got to go do our eradication and varmint control and do all that. And it could be a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work.
Right.
Let's talk about how much work goes into. Do you guys have like a set hour that when you say I'm going to build this specific trap, do you guys have like a maintenance allocation chart, so to speak, to you say like, oh, I know this one takes this many man hours, and you kind of plan it out, or you just kind of go, hey, we got orders to fill, let's get to work?
So the way our shop kind of runs is it's more categorized. So if you order from us, we're not building your order. So we have a guy that'll sit there and build all the panels.
You got an
We have
inventory.
Right.
Yeah.
We have a guy that sits there and builds all the gates. We have a guy that does all the cameras.
And they're going to be masters at what they do.
Right.
I
right.
love that.
Yeah.
So,
So
they
they're
only do what they're assigned to do. So
Yeah.
they
I
don't
love
have to like mess with other stuff.
Also,
Yeah.
it becomes a what am I looking for, Jimmy? When you become good at one thing, and then you don't have that inconsistency because, like, well, who
Right.
built this trap or who built that gate
Right,
or who
right,
built
right.
that? Like, all your gates are
Trying to
built
figure
one.
out who's doing what.
I think that's a great
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is one thing I love that we do about our shop is having everybody do individual things and then it come together at the end. Well, you know, if this one's messed up and it's consistent on all those, okay, I'll go back to this guy, have him fix all these. Let's work it out. Let's do this different next time.
Yeah.
And kind of show him what he needs to do. But
like the biggest thing when we were in our first shop, we were kind of all building them together. So like one day I'll be building gates and the next day I'll be building panels. And sometimes like we're all human. You all mess up. So like you'll forget a bracket. You forget a bracket after it's painted, then it doubles the work. You got to go back, sand it down, get a clean weld on it. Then you got to repaint it once it cools down and then let it dry. So it just delays production. So it's easier to just have somebody just do the same thing every single day. And yeah, it gets repetitive, but at the end of the day, it's all about giving a good quality product.
And basically, you two put all this together, just learning lessons over, over
Right.
time,
A lot of hard,
and you're making changes as you go. Just
a lot of hard
so
lessons learned.
there's like lessons that we are still learning. I mean,
and always will if you stop.
right,
Yeah.
right. If we stop, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and so like we're constantly learning lessons, and some are small, some are big. You know, and some will don't cost you anything. Some cost you a lot of money, whether it's the wrong guy in the wrong position or it's, just a simple, this trigger's not the right, we ordered the wrong ones or something like that. But
yeah, and so we're always trying to get better, always making new stuff. Like me and Preston are always on the drawing board. Like we have our lighting system out that's fairly new. So we're always trying to make our traps better, more easier to like go up to your trap at night and get it done instead of having to wait till the morning.
So what are you doing when you're not building, designing, engineering new traps, delivering new trap? What are you doing on your off time? What are you doing to like let the hair down, take the bra off?
Dude, there's no downtime. There's no downtime, man. We're always hopping and popping. But
it's still new enough where there's so much to do, and so now, granted, we love what we do. Like I enjoy getting up for work and going to the shop, and because every day is different, you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, that's
and so I'm like, I don't know what today is going to throw at me. It's either going to be great or it's going to be terrible. It's going to be a terrible day today, but let's figure it out.
Yeah, our off time we're always just messing around, hanging out with the guys, watching games, playing football.
Yeah, that's what's fun about having everybody our age is that usually whenever we're done with work, we go home and shower, and then, like, if it's a Friday, we'll all go to one person's house, and it'll be the same group.
Oh, so y'all are all friends.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's like one family at your guys' shop.
Yeah.
HogBrothers is just a big family.
Yeah.
It's Hog family.
And nobody's a brother.
No.
So I'll ask, when do you guys get a chance to go out there and hunt and get out there and do that? And like, where are you guys doing that? Like, where did you guys start hunting and getting out there and getting after it?
Go ahead.
I was about to say, very, very rarely do we actually get time to go hunting and stuff. Now, we love it when we do. He's got land, and so we go out to his land, or we know, like, we're friends with a whole bunch of just landowners.
Yeah.
And so, they all have hogs. We look for people who have hogs. And so we'll go out there, either set up a trap just for a week, just one of our own, and then we can go out there, shoot some videos of it. You know. But that's stuff that we enjoy, like getting those videos and then posting them and seeing them do well.
Yeah, we get a lot of clients just, like, asking us, like, not just only to get hogs, like, there's other stuff. Like, we got some guy asking us to go do, what was it? They're like rams or something like that.
Yeah. So we build exotic traps on the side, kind of just as if people ask for them. We try not to advertise them really that often because they take up a lot of space in the shop that we don't have any space in.
They're 12 foot tall.
Yeah. I mean, they're huge.
They're huge.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there thinking, like, you're going to use one of your hog traps for one of them rams. They're going to climb over that. Like,
we don't talk high fence here. So so, man, what other services do you guys do? Like, do you guys stay niche to the trap world and your trailers? Have you guys thought about, like, maybe in the fishing world and making kayak trailers or something like that and kind of, like, introducing that to your line to where you got a little bit of fishing and hunting? Because the good thing about pigs is they're not seasonal. Year round or whatever, so you're trapping year round.
They're always gonna be there.
But there's that's a lot of entrepreneurs struggle in that because it's a seasonal thing. Where you guys can, have you thought about like something where like, hey, I think you guys kind of got it figured out because hogs are not seasonal, but like, what are some things that are maybe on your radar for kind of maybe you can open it up? I know right now, you need more space, right? So we're gonna start a GoFundMe, and no, I'm just kidding.
Like hell yeah, start it right now.
No kidding.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't thought too much of expanding much because there is so much that we
Your hands are full right now.
Yeah.
still have to. We still feel like we haven't accomplished half the things that we want to do with the hog traps, and so we're still trying to kind of conquer those and change the hog traps, make them great, and then maybe we'll kind of expand to whatever we do. We do other things that kind of keep us busy that make us money. Like we do hog trapping. Like we signed on 2 people last week, just like local within an hour and a half. But that's more for fun. We don't charge out the wazoo for it. That's more to give us kind of something to do.
Kind of cover your cost and
Right.
something to do.
Right.
You know what I hear, man, is Domino's Pizza. They sell all kinds of stuff, right? They sell freaking cheese bread, pies,
Those
desserts, cinnamon things.
Yep.
And they still haven't even figured out how to make their pizza not taste like cardboard. I can't get the difference between their box and the pizza itself. They haven't figured that out yet, and they're already going on to tacos and hot dogs and all kinds of other stuff. You guys are sticking with what you know and trying to make it better, and I love it.
Yeah, so like we want to get good at those hog traps, and like we've got a couple things coming out. Like we were testing a prototype trailer this weekend, and getting those figured out. And then we'd love to get into like feeders and blinds and all that stuff, because there is some blinds that we've saw. Like we saw one at the Hunters Extravaganza last year. I don't even remember the name, but it was a sick blind. But it was like.
Yeah, there's some cool ones out there nowadays.
It was like $18,000.
You can live in them, man.
And
facts.
I showed him it, and I go, dude, they built it for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they're charging out the wazoo for it.
Yeah, like we really want to master hog traps, and our 2026 model traps are fully redesigned. They're going to look pretty different. They're going to have a lot of cool stuff on them. I don't know if you want to tell them about it. It's up to you, but
We'll do a podcast in 2026.
Right.
And do that. Yeah.
Right.
Reveal the new 2026.
Yeah, we
Hell
have
yeah.
We
Yeah.
We'll have you guys come back and we'll do this,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, we haven't released anything on them yet. We're
just making sure they're dialed. We're still in the testing phase. Like we have a lot of them out in fields just getting beat on. Like we'll trap hogs and just let them just in there, just thrash on them to make
Just
sure.
give it some time, see what happens.
Yeah.
exactly.
So for your traps now, like what is the process? I contact you guys and say, hey, I want this trap, or do you say what size do you need? We can custom build it. We have these other traps that are already by size ready.
So you'll contact either me or Preston, and we'll kind of get a feel for like what your problem is, whether you're high fence, low fence, whatever, and we'll kind of tailor what we offer to you by that, because it's bad marketing on our part, because we don't want to sell you this massive trap that you don't need.
You don't, yeah. Hats
We're-
off, fellas.
Yeah,
Hats off.
we're trying to stay like
honest.
Like we're not gonna sell you a $30,000 trap when you need a base model trap. That's not honest. We're trying to stay honest.
Well, there's a lot of dishonest people out there.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
Right. Yeah. No,
So-
we have 3 packages kind of, and then from there, we prefer kind of if you build off those. Now you can make your own. It's going to cost a little more because we've got to kind of put it together and make sure all the pieces fit right. But we've got 3 packages you can basically add whatever you want onto, and so that's kind of how we do it. And so kind of just depends on what you need. Again, like you said.
So you order it, and then there'll be a turnaround time, I'm sure, based off whatever size you order. And then I know you guys offer delivery. Is that does that come with the price of the trap, or is that just mileage dependent? And
Yeah, so that's mileage, because we deliver them everywhere. Like we delivered one today, that was an hour away. But we've had them go all the way down to McAllen,
Yeah.
all the way down up to Arkansas, and when you get into that 9 hours,
It starts.
it adds up
real quick. Yeah.
And the cost of fuel and over that,
Right.
Pinche Reaganomics, they're still kicking our ass. But I like. We're getting a lot of comments about how they love seeing young people who work hard and make a living, and you guys are young entrepreneurs.
And that's what we talked about before you guys got here, and that's why we were so interested. Like, man, these young guys are out here killing it, hustling and grinding. And we as older dudes, we love to see that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to see you guys in action at a trade show, see your interaction with the customers. Jimmy tapped into like how you guys go into or how a customer can find you, and I'm gonna put the link in the description and all that stuff, so people can go to your website. And we try to tag you guys on all the stuff that we're sharing your stuff on. What could you ask of the customers that are seeing your videos pop up and all that stuff? Just a small ask that you can be like, hey, if you see this video, do this.
Yeah, I mean, usually, if they don't have land, just like and comment or whatever, just so we blow up a little more and get to the right people that need the traps. But if you're at all interested, just go to our website and shoot us a contact form. Talk to us.
There you go.
Yeah, get some more information.
We might tell you, hey, you don't need a hog trap. Like, some lady contacted me the other day. She hasn't had pigs on her land in 20 years. Randomly, they show up. I go, okay, that's odd. They showed up for one night. They've been gone for 3 weeks. And so I told her, I don't think you need a trap.
Yeah, don't start baiting and bring other pigs in.
I'll be honest. She had 8 pigs come in. She's right off a creek. Those pigs were probably just running the creek. It was flooded.
Yeah.
They're probably just running the creek. They ended up on the wrong property. I go, you don't need a trap. So don't go spending all this money. I go, if they come back and they're there every night for the next 2 weeks, okay, we'll look at something. But no, if you're at all interested, just go to our website, hogbrother.com, and just talk to us.
HogBrother, no S.
No S.
No S.
No S.
Yeah.
But
so now that trap, how long does it take to put up one of your traps, right? So someone delivers it?
So we'll actually deliver it, and if you're not too experienced on where to place it, we'll drive through your property with you and be like, hey, this is a good location. We'll explain why. Yeah. And then also we have videos on our YouTube that go through like good places to put it and how to trap it, or like how to bait it and where to set it up. But it's about, once we get to the location, we can have it up in 10 minutes. With
10 minutes
with 2 people.
Yeah, so the very first time, whenever we're getting all the camera and everything, you all signed in and everything, it'll take probably 45 minutes. But then after that, if you've got everything all put together, cameras all logged in, it's like 10 minutes with 2 guys.
Yeah,
that's
quick.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, it makes it super easy.
So
go ahead.
So a lot of our clients are trappers. So like they'll trap the hogs and they'll take them to a buy or sell station. So like one of our packages is you'll get a premium trap and then you'll get a trailer on top of that with a shoe. And so you'll back up to your trap, you'll open up the gate and they'll all flood into the trailer and you can close them off. You can go to your second trap, whatever, and you take them to a buy or sell station and they'll buy them off of you for, is it like 30 cents a pound right now?
It fluctuates.
And they take those
like
hogs.
gas.
They take those hogs, butcher them, do whatever, sell them to high fence ranches for hog hunts and stuff like that. So a lot of people do that.
Yeah, there's it's crazy how little of those buyers there are nowadays compared to what there used to be. You got to make a drive most places to be able to go sell wild hogs.
Right.
Pretty crazy. I think there's a couple up there by you guys though.
Yeah, there's about 3 or 4.
Yeah, there's they're kind of starting to dwindle down though. If we ever get pigs, we usually look for we know a lot of high fence people. We usually just sell them to those high fences. They'll pay kind of top dollar for them because they're shooting them for top dollar. And so that's usually the easiest people to sell them to. But you've got a couple people like one of our dealers, Lone Star Trapper down there in Austin. He's got a sell station down there that he runs, and I want to say he gets a lot of pigs and sells them.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's so cool, man.
We've done some research, man, and we looked it up and saw the whole process of like trapping, transporting them, selling them, and we were kind of like, man, I don't see enough like to me
Well,
the
for
juice
us-
wasn't worth the squeeze, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think we have the numbers to where we could turn them on.
On our property that we manage at least.
Now we do certain times a year, kind of fall, spring or fall through spring. We usually get a lot of pigs, but kind of midsummer or early to midsummer, kind of dwindle down.
Yeah.
Late summer, we start getting a little
Yeah.
more moved back in.
Yeah, I always recommend, like, if you have a lot of pigs, buy that buyers and seller package and go sell them, because it pays for the trap over time.
Oh yeah, that's
And
brilliant.
Yeah, like-
So you'd be surprised how quick they actually pay off the trap. So like we've got a couple trappers that's all they do, whether they have like a summer job or whatever, and they do this in the winter. We have a trapper just south of Dallas who's got 8 or 9 of our traps, and that's his side gig, is he just does this, and he's got all of his traps are paid for. He just collects.
pigs,
And he'll get these farmers that don't want to deal with the pigs, they just want them off.
Do you guys lease traps? Or is that's kind of that's a
So we
case
do-
by case type deal?
Yeah, we do rent to owns. So if you want to rent to own it, but that's kind of on a case by case. It really just depends. We try to keep it at a number. Like I think we've got one spot open right now to get leased out.
Smart move, I think.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
because
I think.
that's a lot of money to be sitting on other people's land.
Yeah.
We just don't
Right.
have.
Yeah, it's
It's a liability from your perspective.
100%.
Right?
Right. No, absolutely. And a lot of these traps get put places that, far away from us, and if they miss payment or whatever.
It's hard to go recover that.
Right.
A lot
Gonna
of the
get
time
'em.
too, a pig trap may be by a river, a creek, or so. It may end up underwater.
Maybe
Right.
you know
maybe
what I mean?
Jimmy and I
Yeah.
could be your repo man, and we go out there. and
We'll go repo for you.
that sounds like it would be a
Yeah.
fun but very dangerous job.
I need some big pit vipers. I'm about to grow a mullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're very careful with it, where we make him sign a contract, make him do all this stuff. We have to know where the trap is 24/7.
Yeah.
We've yet to repo a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Knock on wood.
That trap's an asset,
Yeah.
like it's-
Absolutely.
It
Yeah.
really is.
So, yeah, we do those, and we like doing it because it does help people.
Yeah.
If they need the trap, it's a farmer that's struggling or something, and they need to get these pigs off because it's tearing up their property, then yeah, come talk to us. We'll see what we can do.
It's not hard to find somebody in Texas to come shoot them, though, either.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
if you want somebody to come
But-
shoot 'em.
Well,
The big thing with, like, shooting your pigs is you get, on a great night, 4 pigs you get shot
Yeah, you can,
because you scare them off.
yeah, you scare them off, but that...
well,
so
what's a great night? You got 3 guys with thermals. What's a great night?
Well, there's so many...
We could tell you.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables there. But,
100%.
one, pig density, 2, just right place, right time, and how much land do you got offered to you, that you can hunt. But, yeah, I would say a great night, if you got 3 people, is that what you said, 3 people?
Yeah, let's do 3.
3 people. A great night to me would be 5 to 8 pigs a
Yeah.
person.
See, I'm on a lower. I'm more on a like.
5 to 8's great.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking 3 to 6 each. That's a great night hunting. But you're.
I mean, if you're hunting and you run up on, just say 3 different sounders, and
Right.
each person shoots, 3 to 5
Yeah.
pigs or somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You can,
Yeah, but, like, a great night for us is you set your trap up for a couple of days, you bait them, let them get used to it, and you drop the trap on the 4th, 5th night, you'll have 30, 40 hogs.
That's
in
what
there.
I was going to
Yeah.
say. You may have, but
Right.
trapping, you may shoot 3 to 5, and those pigs are going to come back. Right.
yep.
At some
Right.
point, those pigs that you
Right.
didn't get, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
You trap those pigs, you're getting them out of there, and you're getting them. Even if you don't trap the entire sounder, those other pigs are going to move out at that point. That you
Right.
didn't trap if there's a couple stragglers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a huge thing we try to do with our traps, is make sure that you get the right size trap to capture the whole group.
Yeah.
Because if you don't get the whole group, that one pig that got left out, they can have 3 litters a year,
Yeah.
8 to 20 piglets. Well, you got a whole new sounder in 2 years. Now you're in the same spot, you know. And so, but now that one's trap smart.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna walk in there unless there's a lot of food or a lot of gates. So,
Yeah. So that's a good point. Talking about, pigs getting, trap smart. They do over time. They get pretty trap
100%.
smart. Yeah. But I'm still stuck on I guess not stuck on it, but impressed with and I know there are other traps out there that I think that do that as well. Is there, or are you guys the only ones?
that does multiple drop gates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There
they're
are levels, I'm sorry, for
Oh,
sizing
the
your pigs.
levels.
Or your gap,
I'd say we're the only one.
You might be the only one. Yeah,
I was gonna say
something, but
bigger competitors. I don't think they do it. No, we always look at. We typically don't keep track of the smaller people who are under us because that's not who we're shooting for. We're not trying to beat your guy who's building them in their garage. We're trying to beat the top dogs who've been in it for 20 years. That's who we want to go after.
That's your competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of who we're basing ourselves off of a lot of the time. And so, you'll see some people that try to recreate our traps and do that stuff.
It's just
It's gonna happen, man.
right.
yeah.
Right.
It's just the quality is gonna really differ. You're gonna see it.
That's
So
an
let's
automatic selling point for me, man. Where
Yeah.
you can adjust your level. That's badass.
Yeah, we love it.
Let's talk quality, man. So we let's get into kind of without diving into the secrets and stuff, but talk about the quality of fabrication. What are your guys' quality control, so to speak, when it comes to, are you guys picking materials? Do you guys go to a specific vendor to get these things? You won't have to go into the details as to who, but just we do this is the process, and this is what we do to make sure this product comes out this way.
Yeah, so we've got a metal shop that's pretty local to us that we kind of stick with, and
Is that due to loyalty or just
that's
supporting local?
That's mainly loyalty, and they're not a huge metal shop. That's their only location. So
Yep.
You guys are going to go far, man.
we stick with them because they really help us in the prices. Because we promised them, we're like, hey, we're gonna stick with y'all. We'll buy all our metal. Let's just get a discount for it, just because of how much we order.
Yeah, we order a lot at one time.
And so, we're their number one buyers there, and so we get them straight from them. We make sure that every piece is perfect, and so, we'll check the bundle when it gets loaded onto the trailer, and then if there's a couple bars that are bad, we'll take them out, ask for 2 new ones, and they're totally fine with doing that. And then from there, they get taken from to our shop, and then they're cut all at the exact same length, depending on what length that we need for gates, panels, whatever. They're all cut at the exact same one, and we have a little, I don't know what you call it,
Like a jig or
like
something?
a conveyor belt,
Oh,
basically.
gotcha.
That'll make sure it's whatever length we need, it's that exact length.
That's cool.
And then from there, they get put on a rack to make sure they're all even. Because some of them will come a little longer.
Or shorter.
Yeah, or shorter. So then those pieces get taken
weed 'em
out if they need to be recut or whatever. And then from there, they're welded up, put paneled. And then they get checked. And then they get painted. And then once they get out, they get checked again.
Yeah, so pretty much everybody's a or quality control person in the shop.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's
cutter.
a safety officer. Everybody's, QC quality control.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Well, they don't want their name being in the group chat.
Yeah, you do not want your name in the group chat, especially by Preston. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's friends, and that's what makes it
Yeah,
so cool, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, I'm happy for you guys, man. I
Thank
just
you.
met you guys, but I'm impressed, and I'm really happy for you.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
So that last quality inspection, I'll go through every single weld, make sure everything is at 90, make sure it looks perfect, and if it's not, it gets taken off the rack, put in a separate pile, and we'll have a guy that comes in once a week, or just his job is once a week. He'll come through and fix everything, and if it's unfixable, scrap pile.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even try to salvage it because we'd rather put a great product out instead of trying to save money.
Out of tribute to you guys, out of tribute to our guest today, I almost wore my welder starch Wrangler shirt and jeans today, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to show off.
Yeah.
It's
Come in with
bad
the
enough I
welding
got
hood on.
rust stains in my underwear.
That's funny you say that. Actually, I was trying to get my jeans this morning, and they were covered. They were covered in black stuff. And so I was like, oh, man, I hope they don't show my legs.
Yeah, nah, man.
I mean, we can if you want to.
Nah, here on this
all
podcast,
good.
it's come as you are, and everybody's welcome. And you guys are fabricators, man. You're not Instagram models yet, but you guys definitely have the face for radio, so that's awesome. Yeah, you guys caught that. No, but no, you guys are a couple of, you know, we're just impressed with your youth, your energy, your whole vibe. Like, you guys have I think you guys are gonna go far, like Jimmy said.
The entrepreneurship is great.
Yeah. No,
We wanted to get you guys out here and talk about, you know, the products and just what you guys got going on. We're super stoked to kind of build a relationship with you guys and see how we can help you. You know, I mean, we're always trying to support local. We're always trying to support entrepreneurs, especially in the fishing and hunting industry. But we do the same. You know, we stick. We're loyal to who is loyal to us, and then we don't like change. We kind of go with them because we know them and we've built a relationship. So, you know, as we were asking those questions, it kind of just made me smile because I was like, yeah, these guys get it. You know?
Yeah.
Well, enough about us. Like, how'd you guys start this?
All right, that's a good question.
Yeah. Wow, no one's ever. Well, we've told it. I think.
I think
but-
you should. You want to take it?
Bro, it gets. You got a Snickers bar?
Nah, I think that's a great question.
Yeah. All right. So just interject wherever because.
Okay, I'll start now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So Ben and I were both in the Army together for a long time, and we did multiple deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan together and things like that. So once we got done with our Afghanistan deployment, Ben chose to get out of the Army and then still work for the Army, which is crazy, and he still does.
What unit did you guys deploy with?
Well, it depends what time, but
yeah,
we'll just go with a division.
yeah.
He's in the Army.
Oh, cool. We
He's not gonna
deployed
say
with
it,
First Cav.
Yeah.
Okay.
We both. Jimmy went on with his career and did other things, but for a good portion of his career, we were together with the First Cav and First Air Cav Brigade. We both aircraft technicians, so we deployed 4 times together and
4 or 5,
Yeah.
something like that.
Cool.
yeah. So
They've shot a couple guns.
Yeah, we shot a few guns, but
Yeah.
I mean, we were aviation, man. Like, we weren't, on the front lines or nothing. We were the guys in the back, like fixing helicopters, eating ice cream sandwiches. That was us.
Yeah.
But so Ben got out. I stayed in. I ended up retiring in 2021. I think 2021.
Oh, it's pretty
And
recently.
yeah, and I came back to Texas. I retired out of Fort Riley, and then we have a mutual friend that was here in the local area. And I was talking to him one day, and he's like, "Hey, Ben is right down the road from you." And I was like, "No, I thought he was in Corpus." And so he called Ben, and he's like, "Hey, Jimmy's right down the road from you. We live like 2 miles apart." And so we hit each other up, and Ben's like, "Yo, come over." And I was like, "All right, man." So I come over, and he had I'll let you take it from here because you had Puto Pinche then.
yeah, so I had a small business that I was doing apparel, and it started off with Puro Pinche Cast&Blast, and we started off with just kind of like a logo, and I wanted to start I was sharing it with some friends, and some friends were like, "Hey man, I'd like to have that on a t-shirt, man. Let's get that logo done up," and I was like, "Cool." So I started off with like stickers, selling like the decals, and then it went into t-shirts, hats, and then I started working with other entrepreneurs in the fishing and hunting industry. We kind of started a business, and I had that going for a while, and I was trying to kind of take it to the next level. And when Jimmy and we linked up, and I called him up, "Hey man, what are you doing now? This and that. Okay, cool. Let's go have lunch." We sat down, and we had a couple of beers and some lunch, and started talking business. And Jimmy was trying to get off on trying to guide hunts. And I was like, "Dude, that's what I want to do. I'm trying to do this." And I said when I hit 10,000 followers on Facebook, I was going to do a podcast. I don't know why I said that, but I did. I kind of stuck with it, and I said I'm going to do it. So I told Jimmy, "I'm about to do my first podcast, man. You got to come on the podcast with me and sit down, and you be my guest."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we sat down, we filmed a podcast, and after that, we hit the cameras off, and we're like, dude, that was fun. Let's do this together.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's how we started the Cast and Blast podcast. And then we decided to kind of veer the business from Puro Pinche Cast and Blast to just Cast and Blast Outfitters. And I wanted to do that, one, because I wanted to incorporate, I had friends and family and all kinds of stuff that were kind of torn between it. And Jimmy wanted me to keep Puro Pinche, and I was just like, look, I felt like it was niche and that it didn't represent everyone the same way, and I didn't want to exclude anyone. So we kept that as an apparel on the website, and we still have some of that, and it still does really good. But as Cast and Blast
It
Outfitters,
actually does better.
yeah, we do Cast and Blast Outfitters as a business, and we guide hunts, and that's pretty much our primary business thing. And then, of course, the Cast and Blast podcast, and we're trying to get this to take off and have fun doing it. And our whole goal is just to share experiences with other people that have the same kind of, like, you know, they just like fishing and hunting, and they want to, you know, get this kind of information, and we want to bring other entrepreneurs and businesses and people who just like to hunt and fish and come on the podcast and just talk like we're doing now. So that's kind of the story of us, you know. We did a lot of working together, so by the time we started business together, it was seamless, you know. I trust him with my life, and like, you know, I'm sure
we didn't see or talk to each other for at least 12 years. And then we seen each other, we were like, yo, I mean, just like we picked it, you know what I mean? Like, nothing changes.
That's great. No, I love the podcast. I drive a lot, and so, like, I run out of podcasts all the time. Then I got to listen to the same 12 songs I listen to. And so then that gets old. Then I just turn everything off, and I'm just driving. But
what kind of music y'all listen to?
Let's talk about the music playlist.
What do y'all listen to on the road?
A lot of country and like 80s rock is for me.
Who is your country artist right now?
Ooh, probably Wyatt Flores.
Really?
Yeah, he's my favorite right now.
Okay. Jimmy, who's yours?
My favorite all time is still Turnpike Troubadours. I know they may be kind of old for y'all, but they're my like absolute favorite band.
How about you, Preston?
Mine's probably Zach Bryan.
I like Zach
I love his music.
Yeah.
I like his music.
But
How about you, Pinche Ben?
I got this guy that I'm listening to right now. He is out of the Fort Worth area. He goes by Louis the Singer. I don't know if you know.
No.
So this dude's kind of he's a Hispanic guy. Ran into some troubles with the law at one point. He is trying to get his life together, and he's a great artist. And they're kind of giving him shit for coming into the country world as a Hispanic, and I just kind of feel like...
Is it country music or hip-hop country?
It's a little bit of both. It's so Texas. You know,
Yeah.
Texas
Yeah,
has
it's
that
like
vibe.
that
It's, you know, we got that kind of marriage with, like, the Houston vibe and then the country. So he does a little bit of both, but his country art is good, and I like his lyrics and the way he does things. So I'm kind of following him right now. I got him on my playlist and stuff. But again, I mean, classic country though. I mean, it's got to be George, man.
Oh yeah, the king.
Can't
Actually, I'm not listening to anything on my radio right now.
No?
You're a big silent guy.
No, not at all. My truck got struck by lightning a while back. They like fried my radio.
You guys ought to be, dude. We'll be driving back from a hunt, dude, and we're just talking about, you know, clients and, you know, and out of nowhere, like this jolt of sound
volume
goes full, and he's like, oh God, and he's like turning it down, and we're just like, oh, it catches us off guard every time, and we forget, but
it'll make you wreck almost.
Yeah, we thought we were getting hit by trains. It's been all kinds of like.
That's so funny.
But hey, Jimmy, if I could ask you, why did you get struck by lightning?
I was doing white people shit. No, so last spring, I think it was last spring, there was a storm coming in. I'm a weather nerd, man. Like, big enough nerd, I went and took my kid out of high school, and I'm like, yo, we're going storm chasing.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, white people shit.
Yeah, it is. So we drove right down the road, not far from here, on Fort Hood, you know, and I was out in the training areas, and there was this tornado coming through over the lake, and we went and watched it, seen it happen, seen it go, and I was like, all right, little dude, we got to get out of here. So we start driving out of there, and like right beside the road's this big tree, and it just got, boom, just struck by lightning. Oh my. And you could see it like, I don't know if it's the bright, you know, spark of everything. I don't know if it like was in the, on the truck too, but it's grounded or what. Either way, it fried the shit out of my radio. So I don't know.
That sounds like us today. We to get up here, we had to drive through. I mean, we drove through probably 4 different hurricanes.
Yeah.
We did actually drive through 3 different hailstorms.
Yeah, it was hailing right before you guys got here.
It was pouring for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't see 50 yards in front of us most of the time. It was terrible. That's funny you say that about your radio. Mine went out. Just decided it wanted to leave. I mean, I was driving up to Arkansas, so it's about a 5-hour drive, give or take some. About an hour in, it just cuts out, just goes black.
It makes for a boring drive, don't it?
Oh man, when I tell you you've never seen boredom, I'm like just looking at stuff I've never seen in my truck before.
You ever driven to El Paso?
Yeah.
No kidding.
For real. Yeah, or through Kansas.
Yeah, well, you get to you get to that stretch driving from here to El Paso, and there's like you lose reception. There's no Sirius radio. There's no phone reception. There's no You got to tap into like AM radio.
Right.
Your speedometer quits working. You don't even know how fast you're going.
You just turn it off and put your head out the window and be like, ah. Yeah, man, I get it.
That's
But
hilarious.
we really appreciate you guys coming all the way. Like I said, these guys drove in from the Fort Worth area. It's actually a little further than Fort Worth, but again, they drove through storms. We said rain, sleet, or snow, we're not going to let this one pass, and you guys committed to it, and I appreciate you guys doing it. We really appreciate you guys joining us on this podcast, and I hope we do many more as your business starts to tap into different, milestones and all that stuff. Come back. Let's do an update. Let's share with the people what you guys got going on.
Yeah, if you guys hit milestones, we'd love to have you back to share those milestones with you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody's going to be rooting for you guys.
Yeah.
Everybody's rooting for you. Y'all have a really cool story, man. You got a really cool story.
Yeah.
So before we go, man, tell the people where they can find you. Go ahead and restate your website. We'll put your link in here, but just let people know where they can find you and all your socials and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it'll be Hog Brothers on all the social media, and then hogbrother.com is going to be our website. And then if you want to see us live, you can either come to our shop, just give us a call, let us know if you're coming. That way we can kind of set up a demo or something for you. Or August 8th, we'll be at Hunter's Extravaganza.
In Fort Worth.
Not sure the booth number yet, but I think we're next to Feral Outdoors, who was here last week. Because we're
super cool dude.
we were next to him last year. We had a way smaller booth, but we were right next to him.
Those guys at Feral Texas Outdoors are solid people.
Yeah,
man, so.
they're cool. I like them.
Yeah.
I like what they do too. They've got, and they're so good with their marketing. God, they're great. They've got videos upon videos of
They're
them
just
shooting pigs.
very informative. They're really good at what they do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they just opened up that new location, didn't they?
They're about to.
About to.
Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, y'all can come see us. It should be right next to their booth. So yeah, come see us there or visit our medias to check us out.
Shit, Ben and I might sneak up there one day and see you guys.
Yeah,
We'll
come
give
up.
you
We
a
talked about doing some type of sponsorship or something. We get y'all a trap and y'all make some content.
I'll be a
on
trap
there or
star. I think I picture like Gas Monkey Garage, like us getting there, and they have like all kinds of cool stuff going on and welding and all that stuff. I can't wait to go check you guys out.
Yeah, we've got a lot of cool projects going on right now that we haven't told anybody about. I mean, we've probably got 4 or 5. I mean, just kind of tucked away in a corner. They're 100% usable.
It's in your research and development
Right.
center, right? Your facility,
Yeah, like they're just
research
it's
and
just not a
development.
great time to release them, so we're kind of just waiting on the perfect time.
Yeah.
And
Might be at the
so-
show. You never know.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool.
the show's gonna be big. If y'all want to see our 2026 models, they'll be at that Hunter's Extravaganza.
Yeah. And then
That's
we'll have some traps on the truck that you could just buy straight off there, so you can just take it home that day if you want.
we're gonna try to load our shop. Our shop's probably 20 minutes away from the show, so we're gonna try to load our shop.
And where's that one going to be?
That one's in Fort Worth.
All right, so you guys go check out Hog Brothers at the next hunting extravaganza in Fort Worth, Texas. Go to their website, check them out. We'll drop it in the link. We appreciate these guys coming out. Jimmy, will you sign us off, man? I know you like to finish with a prayer and stuff, so.
All right. No, all right. No, I'm joking. Yeah, they're all like,
This guy's got
no, I'm joking.
I was ready.
I was ready too, man.
No, like Ben said, we really do want to say thanks for you guys coming down here.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah,
that,
no,
you know,
I
y'all
appreciate it.
did go through some trials and tribulations getting down
Yeah.
here, but y'all made it. We hope you make it back safe.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We look forward to seeing you guys again. And Ben, let's make it a point to make it up to that Hunters Extravaganza.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
It'll
y'all
be
should
cool.
come out. Come
Yeah.
out.
We'll come
Film
out.
some
We'll
videos
do
or
the-
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll come. You said
that'd be
August,
cool.
right?
I believe it's August 8th.
All right,
that
August
weekend.
8th.
And you're right next to Feral Texas Outdoors again?
I believe so.
Yeah, we gotta come.
Sweet.
We don't have our spot like officially set, but they said it'd be close to the same last year.
We're gonna put it on the calendar. But with that being said, thanks
Yeah.
for watching. Thanks for joining us. We'll be
Yeah.
back next Wednesday too, going live every Wednesday at 7. So if you like it, please share, comment, subscribe, send stars. You know, all the different things on social media that
Hell
they
yeah.
are. I'm not even sure what all they do, but they say do that. So please help us out and do it. It really does help us out and push things. So yeah, thanks guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
for
for
having
having
us
us.
on.